All right, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Pokémon White. Obama, let me do the intro since it's our last time playing this amazing game. So if you enjoyed it, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel.
Good intro. Joe and I saw you did some training off screen. Nice work there. And yeah, today it's our final episode, and I was reading some comments in the last video. Joe and our viewers are saying it's only fair that Donald finishes this series off.
Yeah, see how much everyone fucking loves me, Joe El Mao? So hand over the controller and watch how a real champ finishes this series. I'ma destroy Cynthia now, and then catch Kyurem and finally take on the Elite Four and Alder to claim the title of champion. All right, Joe?
Yeah, fine, Donald. I can't argue with our viewers on that, but I still don't think you deserve to be champion. And anyway, I proved a point that even I could play a prank on you, Donald, so in my eyes, I still win.
El Mao, Joe, you have not won anything, you fucking idiot. After all the trouble you went through of pretending to like me and be my bestie for Resty, what did it gain you?
Donald, I gained the invaluable knowledge that I could indeed fool your so-called supreme brain, and that you're not as tough or as smart as you think you are.
Joe is the loser. Joe is the loser.
You're the fucking loser, Donald, you fat fuck.
Joe, you do realize I'm the one battling Cynthia now, and she's even stronger than when you battled her in our Platinum playthrough, which shows I am actually the better trainer.
You're not better.
Because I can handle her higher-leveled Pokemon.
Donald, stop fighting with Joe and concentrate, you idiot. This is a very serious battle, and her Spirit Tomb has spammed double team, and you can barely hit it now.
This stupid purple ball of whatever it's made of is really pissing me off, Obama. Cynthia's playing so dirty, she's not using any strategy or anything.
Donald, if her Spirit Tomb has Hex, our Braviary is gonna die, and I guarantee you don't even have a plan to beat her.
Joe, listen, I'm about to spew some valuable 10,000 IQ knowledge to you. The secret to win any battle is that the best offense is also the best defense.
Donald, how can the best defense also be the best defense if your offense isn't even hitting her Spirit Tomb?
Well, Joe, I don't actually have an answer to that right now because Cynthia here is being a bitch with her bitch moves and her bitch Pokemon.
Yeah, we did a test battle before we recorded this video, and she never used that many double teams, so I don't know what's going on here.
Hacks, I tell you, hacks, Obama. There is no other way she is getting this lucky.
Donald, you've done this throughout the entire playthrough, and actually in every other one too, where you just go and keep blaming the opponents when you start struggling. Remember what I told you before. A carpenter never blames his tools.
Joe, shut the fuck up with your propaganda bullshit. Okay, bro, I don't want to hear anything from your mouth until this battle is over.
Well, that Spirit Tomb took a good 2 minutes to beat Donald, but at least that's over and done with now. The rest of her team, other than Garchomp, should be easy for you.
Yeah, and speak of the devil, here it is, Obama, and it's higher leveled than any of our teams. So, Donald, what's your plan for this one? I can give you some good pointers since I beat it before you, if you remember, bro.
Joe, if you were still my bestie, I would have asked for your help, but since I've now disowned you, I don't need your stupid dementia advice.
Well, I could have told you that using Zekrom against her Garchomp was a big mistake since it's ground and dragon, you dumbass Donald. Now Zekrom is dead.
Zekrom made a valiant sacrifice, Joe, and it died a hero. It did one-shot her melodic, remember? And that's all I needed it to do. Now it's up to the rest of our team to deal with her, and if you haven't noticed, I am defeating each of her Pokemon faster than you ever did when we played Platinum.
Yeah, to be fair to Donald, Joe, he is beating her entire team faster than you, and I'm pretty sure you were way higher leveled when you battled Cynthia back in Sinnoh, so what you got to say to that?
I don't need to say anything, Obama, because I still beat her, and our team back then had the entire Elite Four to deal with, whilst Donald had a fully healed team with full PP on each move, and he even took a nice stroll along Undella Bay before he battled Cynthia to de-stress his Pokemon.
Joe, nothing was stopping you from taking a nice stroll around Lake Valor before you took on the Elite Four and Cynthia, so that's on you. Meanwhile, my team had a nice rest and sunbathed, and I also wanted to see the ruins, but we don't have dive yet.
I can't remember where we get dive in this game, Donald, but that part of Unova isn't really that important anyway, is it? I think the only purpose of those ruins underwater is to get the Arceus plates, but other than that,
holy hell!
there's
Obama,
nothing going on there.
You could have told me Arceus is underwater in this game.
Donald, I didn't say he was underwater, you dumbass.
I want Arceus so bad, gimme, gimme, gimme.
Donald, he said the plates are underwater, not Arceus. Why would Arceus be underwater anyway? He's not a fucking fish, is he?
Well, Lugia isn't a fish either, is he? So explain that, Joe.
Donald, instead of chatting shit as usual, just beat Cynthia already. Her Braviary just took out our one with a flying type move, which is just an embarrassment if you ask me.
Joe, you don't need to worry about me losing to Cynthia. And anyway, I am more excited about catching Kyurem next. And if we get a shiny one, We are so using it on our team, boys.
Donald, it's now a 1 versus 1 battle, so don't mess this up. And also, that Kyrem could be shiny locked too, knowing Game Freak. I bet it is.
It doesn't matter if it is shiny locked or not, Obama, because this is the final episode anyway, so it's not like we could do anything with Kyrem, is it?
Look, Joe, I beat Cynthia too, like you, which means I am now officially the champion of Sinnoh as well. You can be my bestie for Resties Joe again if you let me be joint champion with you.
Donald, it's not possible to be joint champions, you idiot. There can only be one champion of Sinnoh, and it's me.
Joe, you're already champion of Kanto and Johto, so even if I become champion of Sinnoh now, it won't make a difference, will it?
I think you should be kind and let Donald take this one, Joe, since you're already champion anyway, and you can still be the champion of 2 regions, you know?
Obama, if I do that, then Donald will be the champion of 2 regions, and so will I.
And what's wrong with that, Joe?
Then we'd be equal, Donald, and I can't be known to be an equal alongside you because that would ruin my career.
Joe, you're already ruining your career without anyone's help, so I don't think it would make much of a difference, but can we get back to the game now, boys? Donald has nearly made it to the White Forest.
Yeah, the White Forest is a cool area, so let's talk about it, boys.
Well, I think the White Forest is kind of pointless, to be honest, unless we're trying to collect every Pokémon and complete the Pokédex, because it has Pokémon from the other regions in the tall grass.
Yeah, gotta agree with Joe here, Donald. It's quite pointless. But they really made an improvement in Black and White too, remember. We could make an entire series in of itself of going through the towers in those games since they take so long.
The only reason I'd want to make our way to the top of that is so we get that shiny Dratini.
Which is also going to be so pointless, Donald, because by that point in the game, we'd have finished everything. And don't even start to think about getting me to train it up for you by that point in the game.
Joe, I could just tell you that we won't use a Vanillish in our Black and White 2 playthrough to get you to do anything I want. And you know you can't resist the ice cream.
Donald, whilst you were arguing, you failed to realize that Purr Ugly took almost as long as Spirit Tomb to beat, which is unacceptable for someone like you who's such a pro.
Joe is constantly bugging me, Obama, like the little mosquito boy he is buzzing around being a nuisance. And this battle isn't important either, like you, Obama.
Well, you could be using this battle as a warm-up for the Elite Four later, Donald, because their Pokémon will be in the level 70s now. And they will have full teams of 6 Pokémon.
That gives me 2 more Pokémon to kill each with Chandelure, Obama, since Chantal and Caitlin will have more Psychic and Ghost types.
You can laugh all you want, Donald, but they are going to be tough. You know, I mean, you could always leave it to me if you don't feel confident or you don't want to be
Joe,
embarrassed.
I wouldn't leave you alone to boil an egg, so don't worry, bro. I got this.
Okay, well, Donald, well done for making it all the way to the forest, but I think we can leave now. LMAO. This place has less to do in it than the desert resort did.
Yeah, I forgot it was this bear here, Obama. There is like this one house, and it's like the entire population of this place is just hanging out here for some reason.
Well, Donald, there's a couple triple battles you could do here if you wanted some more quick training, but other than that, we should head west across the Marvelous Bridge.
I think we can get items from that old man to Donald if you catch the Pokémon he asks for every day, and that one lady asks us for berries, but other than that, yeah, Joe's right, we should head west. There is a cool event we can see too.
Oh, that's the trading building, boys, but for us it's pointless.
So what's so marvelous about the Marvelous Bridge? This bridge isn't as cool as the Sky Arrow Bridge, and the Village Bridge is better than this place too.
Well, Donald, you're about to find out why this place is so marvelous in a minute. But first, look, we can see a Patrat show. Aren't they so cute?
Only someone as sad and useless as you, Joe, would find something as dumb as this cute. I thought we could catch Cresselia here too.
But they were dancing and spinning around, and it was all just so cute and sweet. I bet Obama will agree with me, right, Obama?
LMAO, Joe, I agree with Donald, you fucking sad moron.
See, Joe, if Obama agrees with me, then we definitely know something is wrong, LMAO, and look, boys, it's the 3 ninjas again.
Yeah, they're going on about how Getsis has gone off somewhere, even though we saw him get taken away by Alder and Sharon, but obviously those 2 are too stupid to make sure he can't get away again, but these guys give us some cool items.
Yeah, they gave us the Adamant Lustrous and Gricious Orbs, which are to be held by Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, respectively, even though we don't even have them in this game, and you can't catch them anyway.
That guy was going to scam us with a Magikarp for $500, boys, but because I'm such a good business person, I know when something is fishy.
I see what you did there, Donald LMAO, but says the person who spent about $250,000 on 75 full restores, and then you go on about how you're so good at business. I'm still pissed you did that, by the way. You didn't need to buy that many, you know.
Obama, shut your mouth. No one cares what you have to say, and watch now as I, Donald J. Trump, take on one of the coolest dragon types ever.
Oh, yay! It's Kyurem time, boys. I am so excited, Donald.
As you should be, Joe. And now watch as I catch this ice boy. And I did make sure to buy more Ultra Balls this time, so don't worry, guys. So I think we should be able to catch this thing relatively easily.
All right, Donald, let's see how well you do here. And I'm not exactly sure what the catch rate of this thing is, but it's probably going to be around the...
Oh, for fuck's sake, why did I do that?
Donald, you dumbass Slash has a high critical hit ratio, so why the hell would you use it twice?
Joe, I know what Slash does, you muppet. I merely was testing out how strong Kyurem was, and apparently he isn't very strong at all.
Okay, well, luckily you saved before that battle, Donald, so now let's try this again. And this time, don't fuck it up, otherwise I will let Joe battle Kyurem, which I know will piss you off.
If you do that to me, Obama, I'll use a hyper beam attack on you, I swear to God.
Well, at least you taught Thunderwave back to our electric zebra Donald, and this battle with Kyurem isn't actually very threatening.
What I've noticed with Kyurem is that it always tends to use Imprison a lot, which, to be honest, is a really useless move unless you're in a competitive battle maybe. But I think that move is just luck-based, depending on if the opponent has the same move as you.
Well, it would be pretty funny if a Pokemon used Imprison and they had the exact same moves as the opponent, then what would happen?
Yay, we caught it, boys!
Yay!
All right, Donald, it's time to head to the Elite Four now and take them on as the final way to end this amazing series off.
Yeah, and to answer your question from earlier, Donald, if a Pokemon uses Imprison on a Pokemon that's also used Imprison, then they're both going to be imprisoned.
But how can a Pokemon be imprisoned when it has already had Imprison used on it?
OMG, Donald, the only thing getting imprisoned is you. So shut your mouth and get on with beating the Elite Four before I take the controller off you and do it all myself.
All right, that was a bit uncalled for, Joe. But anyway, this time we shall take on Marshall first, boys. And with Braviary, it will be a walk in the park.
You said that last time, Donald, when his team was even easier to beat, and he took us out twice with Stone Edge, so getting cocky isn't helping again.
Oh, cool, he has a Breloom this time, boys. I love this Pokemon and think it's really underrated. We could use one in our Omega Ruby playthrough, as these are available in Hoenn.
Joe, I just took it out with one fly, so it's clearly underrated for a good reason, LMAO. And now look, I have to deal with Sawk again with its Stone Edge.
Yeah, and like the first time, Donald, we died in one shot, which shows me you didn't take anything I said into account and just went straight into the battle like the bumbling buffoon you are.
Obama, the only bumbling buffoon around here is you because you could have given me better advice. But instead, you just warned me that Sawk has Stone Edge. So how is that helpful?
Even if I gave you advice, Donald, I know you well enough by now to know that you'd just tell me to shut the fuck up, so either way, no one can win with you.
Okay, Joe, I say you pass a new law in the Senate to ban the ability Sturdy, because it's the most annoying ability I've had to deal with, and also ban Sawk too. And whilst you're at it, you may as well ban Elite Four trainer Marshall, since he started this crusade.
Or I could pass a new law to ban you from playing Pokemon Donald. But anyway, how about we give a quick review of our journey since we started this series, boys, up to now, as this is the final episode.
Hey, not a bad idea, Joe. We did accomplish a lot in this series, and we also try to improve on every playthrough we do. And if you guys enjoyed this series, then you expect the full movie of it to be out soon. And you should all go check out our Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Platinum movies too. They're linked in the description below.
Nice plug there, Obama, and as I am about to be the first ever champion of Unova, I shall start talking about how our journey started, and shut up, Joe.
You know, Donald, since we have had Zekrom with us, I thought you'd be sweeping most of the battles, but in fact, it appears that Zekrom is the Pokemon that's been killed the most out of our entire team, and we've had him for the shortest amount of time.
Leave Zekrom out of this, Obama. He's the GOAT and you know it. And now, alas, we shall take a trip down memory lane and remind ourselves about how this adventure started.
Yeah, we started our journey all the way back in Nuvema Town, and, well, I can't remember anything after that. Sorry, Donald.
Yep, knew you'd forget, Joe, but don't worry, I'll remind you. We chose our first Pokemon ever in the game, the cute little Oshawott, the otter Pokemon.
Hang on, Donald. You said Oshawott is cute, which I completely agree with, but you called me sad when I said those dancing Patrat were cute earlier. How is that not the same thing?
Because, Joe, more people care about Oshawott than they do those dumb dancing Patrets. That's like comparing, well, me and you. More people would choose me to be their Pokemon than, say, you LMFAO.
Donald, if you and Joe were Pokemon, you'd be the tanky one who could tank all the hits, and Joe could be the slow one who builds up power and then unleashes it all in one move.
Yeah, but Joe would only do like 1 health point of damage, whilst I would just have one-hit KO moves like Fisher and Sheer Cold, Elmao.
I don't feel like taking a trip down memory lane anymore, Obama, because it's going to turn into a let's take the piss out of Joe memory lane instead of actually remembering what we did throughout the game.
Well, Joe, for everyone watching this in the full movie, they just saw everything we did so fine. I agree with you here, bro.
Donald, I just want to interject here and say you messed this battle up so bad and got our Chandelure killed already.
Yeah, he did, Obama, because yet again he underestimated another Elite Four member, and he said Chantal would be easy to deal with too.
You know, I did a Joe and forgot that Krokorok has Crunch on it, which is super effective to these ghost types, which means we can also use him against Caitlyn.
Well, good stuff, Donald. That's 2 members down and 2 more to go. Who's going to be next?
You said that before I even beat Chantal Obama. You know me so well, but next I will be taking on Caitlyn because that blondie needs to wake the F up.
Out of all the Elite Four members, Caitlyn is my favorite, and I'm pretty sure she was in the Battle Frontier in Sinnoh, boys. Or it might have been in Johto, I can't remember exactly.
Well, she was in Renegade Platinum version Joe in the Battle Frontier with that other guy. She was way stronger in those games than in this one as an Elite Four member.
She also battled Cynthia in one of the anime episodes in the Black and White series, and she got destroyed by Cynthia's Garchomp, like Joe did when we played Platinum version LMFAO.
She has a Metagross now, though, Donald, which is probably the best Pokemon in this entire Elite Four. But yeah, Joe, you and Caitlyn have a lot in common. You both love to sleep, and you both got destroyed by Cynthia Elmao.
How does the Elite Four suddenly get 2 more Pokemon and all leveled up to level 75 plus, boys? It doesn't make any sense.
They probably drugged them all up like you would do Donald LMAO. And since they're the Elite Four, they're super rich, so probably have an infinite supply of rare candies too.
You know, I wish we got to see Iris battle Alder in the anime for the title of champion. That would have been one amazing battle. But they go and cut a bunch of shit out to quickly end the series.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too, Obama, but look, she's basically on her last Pokemon, and this Gothitelle was the Pokemon that died to Cynthia's Garchomp, Elmao.
They should have made it part Fairy type too in the newer games, don't you think, Obama?
Yeah, they could have done Joe, but Gothitelle isn't a Pokemon I particularly care about, and I think it's shit and have never used and will also never use one, so they're...
All right, boys, time for the final member of the Elite Four, and in my opinion, the most forgetful one out of the 4. I can never remember his name.
He's Grimsley Donald, even I can remember that. And you said you thought his room was the best out of the 4 too, the last time we were here.
Yeah, well, I've changed my mind now, Joe, because they clearly stole the interior designs from me for this room.
Well, whoever designed this room and yours, Donald, was clearly blind or on something because it's all just hideous.
Take that back, Obama, right now.
See, Donald, this is another situation where if we were still besties for resties, I'd defend you from the tyranny of Obama Barrack.
Biden Joe, that's not my name, you dumbass.
Look, guys, Guernsey, or whatever this dope's name is clearly the weakest out of all the Elite Four members. I am destroying his entire team with 1 shot, basically, and I was actually expecting him to be the second most difficult after Marshall.
Yeah, do you know what's funny? Out of all the battles we've done, Berg is still the toughest, and I still don't understand why. And let's forget the fact that Joe was the one battling him for a second because I think he should be champion.
Yeah, and then in Black and White too, we have to battle him again. So I will be interested to see if he'll be any more difficult in those games. But I suggest we pick T-Pig when we play that game, boys, because it's time we pick the Fire-type starter again as we've gone full circle now.
The stupid Scorpion survived 2 flamethrowers, guys. What the hell? I thought it was weak against fire.
You know, Donald, Lumiere's flame body ability has saved us so many times now. It's absolutely the MVP of this playthrough, and I'd go as far as saying the MVP of all our playthroughs so far.
Yeah, Joe can't deny that you're absolutely right. Lumiere is our MVP, and I'm sure our viewers would agree with us on that too. Everyone loves Chandelure.
Yeah, I agree too, boys. I would vote for Chandelure for president.
Yeah, but it would have to be a shiny Chandelure Obama because no one gives a shit about the basic bitch purple one.
There you go again, Donald being racist to shiny and non-shiny Pokemon.
Listen here, buddy. You will shut your mouth right now.
I suggest you shut your mouth too, Donald, because you just got Zekrom killed by a Bisharp of all things.
Yeah, well, Joe is the most annoying thing in existence, Obama. I wish you would tell him to be quiet for once so I could focus, you know? He's just getting full of himself because he was able to prank me, which I let him do, by the way.
That will go down in history, Donald, that you got played by Joe Biden. And I think I will get this story engraved next to those other guys' heads on that mountain in Washington, so it's ingrained for all to see forever.
Joe, be quiet because the official champion battle is now going to be taking place, everyone. So please be seated, ladies and gentlemen, as I give you a master class in how to beat a champion better than Joe ever could, LML.
Well, they somehow got rid of Team Plasma's castle quickly, didn't they? That thing was so massive, how the hell did they move it so fast?
Don't know, Obama, and don't care. I'm trying to focus here. Remember, like you told me to, you goon. And look, his Excelgor shall feel the might of Zekrom.
I think Alder has had the worst time being champion, if you think about it. First, he had to deal with Reshiram when N battled him, and now he has to deal with Zekrom battling him Elamau.
Yeah, I should have bought Kyurem with me too. Then he could have had the opportunity to lose to all three of the legendary dragon Pokémon in 2 battles, Elamau.
We could come back later with just Kyurem if you want to do that, Donald.
No thanks, Obama, because otherwise we'd have to see this next Pokémon again. Take a good long look, Joe, at the final evolution of Vanillish here, Joe, because it's about to die.
Hey, that thing looks so cute too, Donald. And it also looks so happy too. One of the heads is even smoking a blunt.
Yup, and because of its drug problem, Joe, it died with 1 flamethrower attack, which reminds me of someone Elamau. How about you, Obama?
Come on, Donald, this is the final battle of this series. So how about we play nice since the series is also almost at an end?
Well, I was talking about Hunter Joe, not you, but all right, fine. Since this battle is coming to a close, I will be your bestie for almost resties again.
Wow. And Samurott was the first Pokemon for us to lose in this battle, Donald. Not bad, considering this was meant to be the most difficult battle of the game. But shame our starter was the one who had to take the L.
Hey, it was a noble sacrifice. Obama and our Samurott was the one who made it, so he shall forever go down in history.
Donald, he isn't dead.
No, but as usual, Joe, Donald has to overdramatize everything. You should have become an actor instead of a president, Donald, because you would have won about 10 Oscars by now.
If I became an actor, Obama, it would be unfair on everyone else because drama is my middle name, Elamau.
All right, boys, look, this is the final Pokemon we shall be battling in this series, and of course it would have to be the Pokemon we wanted to use from the beginning.
All right, Donald, let's end this on a bang, buddy. Volcarona is one of our favorite Pokemon, and I'm glad it's the last Pokemon we get to battle before the end.
Yeah, unless it kills us all, Obama. That overheat was so strong and now our zebra is dead.
I just want to say that the shiny Volcarona is the one we need to use and not this basic one, boys, if the opportunity ever arises.
Yeah, I agree. Joe and the shiny one was in one of the anime episodes too. But anyway, boys, that's it. That concludes the final battle of Pokemon White. And the new champion is now Donald J. Trump.
Yay!
So well done, Donald. That was a good battle. Much better than what Joe did in Platinum LMO.
Yep, that was my first official champion battle, and I'm super proud of myself too. Obama, and thank you both for all the support, and to our viewers too. This was a really fun series to make.
Yup, it sure was fun, Donald. So everyone, thank you for watching, and like we said earlier, you can expect the movie out soon. And I'm very sad this series has ended, but you will see us 3 again next in the Hoenn region, so stay tuned.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this series, then please remember to hit the like button and subscribe, as it really helps out our channel. See you all again soon, everyone, and have a lovely rest of your week.